If you're familiar with the phrase, this is worth waiting for, it's a line Benilde-St. Margaret's and particularly Olivia Olson have said to themselves more than once. The Michigan-bound prospect is back after recovering from a broken hand, and Benilde-St. Margaret's happy to have her rejoin the ranks on this edition of high school girls basketball. The Benilde-St. Margaret's Red Knights, they've gone through some turbulence in the first month of the season. They hope to steer the ship back on course tonight against the 9-1 Jordan Jaguars. It is a battle of top 5 teams. Benilde-St. Margaret's still in the top 5 in Class 3A, and Jordan 4th in Class 2A. These are two teams that are sure to give us some fireworks to start the calendar year. Greetings, everyone. I'm Mike Beaton. Here I am all by myself talking to myself. That's chaos theory. But these two teams, anything but chaotic. Let's talk about the big news, the return of Olivia Olson. First game of the season against Providence Academy. She broke her hand 4 minutes into the game, stayed for a half, had to get it surgically repaired. Unfortunately, that meant she couldn't participate in some big 3A games that could determine state tournament seeding. De La Salle lost to Alexandria and De La Salle in the month of December. What those games would look like if they meet again could be a much different story, because Benilde-St. Margaret's, not only was Olson not available, Kendall McGee is still recovering from her knee surgery last year. The Red Knights could hold their own, as we saw in the win over Cooper, but they struggled a bit against the higher caliber teams. That being said, they've learned a lot about themselves that could go a long way as the season moves along. In particular, Zahara Bishop, she dropped 31 points in a win over Hill Murray. Sydney Fridley also having some solid numbers in the month of December, but Olivia Olson gives them a huge dose of scoring and rebounding, and she's also closing in on a remarkable milestone, 14 points away from 2,000. Would have passed that mark already had it not been for the injury, but if she's able to exceed the 2,000 point mark in what would be a win for Benilde-St. Margaret's, I can't think of a more apropos return for one of the top players in the state of Minnesota and the country. The Jordan Jaguars, they won 20 games a year ago. In fact, they had a brilliant season, only to come to an end prematurely with a upset loss in the section semifinals in 3A. They moved down to 2A this year. Unfortunately, they got stuck in the same section as Providence Academy, so we'll see what happens there. But Jordan is 9-1, their only loss to New Ulm. Everyone else they have faced, they have passed through without too much of a problem. And a big reason for that, actually 3 big reasons for that: Morgan Staloch, Savi Borowicz, and Olivia Finbo. Staloch with 3 straight 20-point games, the youngster having a terrific season, getting a lot of attention. Savi Borowicz brings a dose of talent and experience to the Jaguar lineup, and Olivia Finbo, no slouch as well. If you recall, we covered their game against Aquinas, where they were able to emerge with the victory. This is the toughest team based on rankings and overall strength that Jordan has faced. A win against Benilde-St. Margaret's would add another layer to what has been a topsy-turvy few weeks that have seen a lot of favorites suffer at least their first loss of the season. A win for Jordan would further enforce the idea that every class is a wide open field. We'll be back for the starting lineups. You're watching high school girls basketball.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes, from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Let's put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
Junior guard,
I'm rolling.
Borowicz.
Welcome back to the Haven Center at Benilde-St. Margaret's.
For the Red Knights, welcome back,
The site of a highly anticipated game One of many for Benilde-St. Margaret's. They've scheduled tough. And for Jordan, like we said, this is the toughest opponent they have faced this season. Jordan in the Wright County Conference, so they will get Delano later in the year, and Delano has proven to be quite formidable. Undefeated and picked up a couple of big wins in the Granite City Classic. Jordan will also go on the road to play St. Peter, one of the top 10 teams in Class 3A. So the Jaguars are going to learn quite a bit about themselves. Both teams did not participate in any holiday invites, so they both had a couple of weeks to recharge. Tim Ellison, the head coach of Benilde-St. Margaret, said the timing couldn't be better given the status of Olivia Olson, but she is ready to go.
For the Jaguars, senior number 32 on
It's been a long wait, or it certainly feels that way, for Benilde-St. Margaret's. They can't wait to see her return to form. The starters have been introduced. Let's recap them quickly for you. For Jordan, it's Savi Borowicz, number 3, Morgan Staloch, number 4, Lydia Hagen, number 12, Olivia Finbo, number 14, and Maddie Ollinger, number 32. Benilde-St. Margaret's will start Olivia Olson, number 1, Cindy Fridley, number 4, Zahara Bishop, number 5, Presley Watkins, number 13, and Kate Kapsner, number 33. Staloch, the sophomore, leading the Jaguars in scoring. As you know, Jordan actually has a couple of nicknames, the Hubmen and the Jaguars, the only school, one of the only schools, that has dual nicknames between the men's and women's programs. Benilde-St. Margaret's wearing the red, Jordan wearing the white. Benilde-St. Margaret's 3-5. Although again, that record a bit misleading because of the injury situation. A win against Jordan would be nothing to sneeze at. Here's a 3 from the wing. Watkins can't connect, and the rebound goes to Hagen. Borowicz finds Finbo. She had a big role in that game with Aquinas. The 3 from Hagen bounces off the rim. Olson, first game back after a broken hand, slings it out. Again, Olson 14 away from 2,000. We'll keep an eye on that tonight. Olson certainly capable of putting up big numbers. Bishop thought about it. Bishop did well, and she sinks the long arcing 3. Bishop had a terrific spell in the absence of Olson, averaging just under 19 a game, including that 31 burger against Hill Murray. A player that sees the initiative. Jordan looking for a 3, and Maddie Ollinger gets the Plinko bounce. Benilde-St. Margaret's another 3 ball from the corner, this one off the heel. Rebound is won by Staloch. She'll get it to Borowicz, the point guard. Savi, the daughter of Bruce, who heads Minnesota Stars, and Borowicz goes coast to coast. 5-3 the score. Watkins will try again from the corner. This 3 short. Olson with the rebound. Remember, she is one of the strongest rebounders on the team. Has her left hand taped up. Showed us her surgery scar when I was here for the Cooper game, and it was quite gnarly. It's healed up considerably since then. Big crowd on hand. Park TV 16 also here. They had another game originally scheduled, but another station was covering that event, so they came over here. You know what? The more the merrier, because we could be on hand for a big milestone tonight. Staloch's mid-range J offline. Finbo got the rebound. Borowicz sinks the 3. Eight to 3. Olson looking for the side fade. Laces it to Josie Najee underneath. She was in a tough spot. Staloch. Needs help. And spent too long in the lane. .24 left in the first half. 8-3 our score. Olson guarded up top. A foul on Bishop after Finbo got the steal. So the pressure defense getting to Olivia Olson, who is going to Michigan. Olivia, one of the most celebrated players in the 2024 class. Finbo got back her own miss. Jordan tries to thread it down low. Benilde-St. Margaret swoops in for the interception. Here's Olson. Pulls up. Off the heel. Borowicz. The handoff to Finbo. Hagen wants the three. Bullseye. Jordan's threes going in for now. They lead 11-3. Still early though. Olson, she wants the three. Borowicz with the rebound. Borowicz. Couldn't get around Bishop. Benilde-St. Margaret's looking to push. Not quite set. Benilde-St. Margaret's had a series of challenges to open the season. Providence Academy, Hopkins, Alexandria. They have an annual series with De La Salle. Tim Ellefson not afraid to schedule tough, not since he took over. Jordan, no pushovers either. Staloch to Borowicz. Out at the elbow, over to Staloch. Tries to slice through. Kate Kapsner says, I'll take that, thank you very much. Presley Watkins is fouled, she'll shoot two. Presley coming over from Orono, their first year with the Red Knights. Presley Watkins enjoys tubing, wake surfing, and pretty much any water activity. And her presence certainly helping Benilde-St. Margaret's weather through that first month. John Millay came over here in the Alexandria game and spoke of the challenges and the opportunities that come with the situation. Watkins splits at the line. She averages just under 10 a game. Oh. Finbo wants that one back. Najee. Almost lost it. Olson taking a breather for now. It's 11-4. Jordan leads Benilde-St. Margaret's. Finbo. Almost had that poked away. .50 left in the first half. 11-4 the score. Here's Borowicz. Had Kapsner on her, couldn't get around her. Here's Kapsner for three after she got the lead pass from Najee. And you've heard this saying more than once. Saved by the bell. No, that's not the saying. Here's Borowicz with a deep three. It goes off the backboard. And Zahara Bishop tracks down the loose ball. She's got a touch, a silky smooth one at that, but can't land the jumper there. But if you shoot well, you look good. If you don't shoot well, you can run into trouble. Benilde-St. Margaret's not getting their shots to fall right now. But that can change in a hurry if you follow the sport, and I know most of you have in my 17 years of coverage. Watkins. High low. Oh boy. That seems to be a microcosm until Olivia Olson cleaned up the mess. That is what Benilde-St. Margaret was missing in that month of December. And if you saw our coverage last season, Olivia Olson got a lot of points off putbacks. Borowicz stopped in her tracks. Watkins brings the rock up. Looks to take it all the way. Blocked by Staloch. Wismer with a couple of cracks at it, but nothing there. Finbow backs off. Hagen out of the wing. Now Staloch's got it. Staloch has yet to score. A little bit of trouble, and Jordan turns it over again. They've run into some headwinds against the ball pressure of Benilde-St. Margaret's. Olson kicks out, three on the way, swish. Hey, Kapsner. And that's another advantage Olivia Olson offers even when she's not scoring, because she generates so much coverage at the prep level. Cunning, clever teammates can get themselves open just from staying alert, as Kapsner did. Borowicz, the step through on Wismer. She's been cut off a couple of times down low, and Wismer draws the foul. Benilde-St. Margaret's back to a 2-point margin, and I don't know what's going on, if there's some conferences or someone forgot to turn off the bell. This is kind of amusing. Reminds me of my days in high school. For more, I thought I was back in school. My days are long behind me. Fridley out to Bishop. Olson one-on-one against Williams. She's back, folks. Olson taking advantage of her matchup. Williams didn't have the agility there. And even with a taped up hand, Olivia is going to get that shot down more often than not. Hagen got bumped by Kapsner. 9:42 left in the first half. We're even at 11. Benilde-St. Margaret's overcoming that slow start. And Olivia Olson now 10 away from 2,000. Staloch. Got it! And the foul. Staloch averaging just under 21 a game. 3 straight 20-point games. One of the pleasant surprises, perhaps. Another fan of water activities, water skiing, tubing, jet skiing. A 3-sport athlete, volleyball, basketball, track and field. And I always admire the three-sport athletes and those who take up multiple sports. Olivia Olson for Benilde-St. Margaret's already won a state title this year with girls soccer in Class 2A. A foul after the pass was broken up. Or instead it was a kickball. I thought it was a foul. Must have been a kickball instead. Kyle Johnson, the head coach of Jordan. Tim Ellison, the head coach at Benilde-St. Margaret's. That is a walk. The bane of every ball handler. Stepping before they dribble. Olson zipping it to Najee. She can't post up. Olson recovers. Bishop for three. She gets the Plinko bounce. Another play influenced by Olson. This is Olinger. Watkins times the route. Bishop on the run. Those are plays you want to have. Staloch with numbers. Bounce pass to Williams, too strong. 8:30 to go in the first half. Najee to Olson. Padding her points and rebounds there. A couple years ago, Olson got comparisons to Paige Beckers or something along those lines in a feature published by Kent Youngblood of the Star Tribune. But everyone brings something a little different. Jordan trying to bring a three, and they bank it in. That's Tessa Cook, sizzling from the corner. 17-16. Now we've got ourselves a game. High-low, Olson, too strong there. The touch just has not been there for Benilde-St. Margaret's, but their defensive tenacity is Fridley with the steal and scoop for two. Sydney Fridley on the board. Offensive foul on Jordan. This hasn't been the cleanest half I've seen out of Benilde-St. Margaret's, but they're finding ways to get the job done, and that is the hallmark, one of many, that separates contenders from the rest of the field. What do you do when the situation isn't going your way? When shots maybe aren't falling, you're not getting quite the finesse, the English, the kiss that you seek. Fridley, the southpaw, sinks the three. 21-17. Benilde-St. Margaret spreading it around. Step back three for Borowicz is there. Savannah Borowicz is 8. Savannah Savi, whatever you call her, she is a clutch playmaker. Presley Watkins says, I can hit threes too. We're trading triples at the Haven Center in St. Louis Park. Finbow will shoot two. Finbow averaging over 12 points per game. 12.3 to be precise. It's the big three of Jordan, although Olinger not far behind at 8.2. And in Class 2A, that may be enough. I say that because over the holiday week, we saw Albany fall to Mountain Iron Buell, Providence Academy. In late December, lost to Albany. And Minnehaha went down to Lakeville South. The top three teams in Class 2A all suffering losses or setbacks. Olson back in. Everyone feeling it from three-point range. Olivia drains her first three. It's 27-21. Benilde-St. Margaret's getting a little separation. Jordan tries to go high-low. Staloch had a look, couldn't put it down. Finbow was there to clean up the mess. Olson fakes, goes to Watkins. Najee, the 15-footer, got it. Najee, the younger sister of Maya, who is taking a break from basketball to focus on her academics, in particular her ambitions to become a doctor. Borowicz missing the drive. Olson, another bounce pass to Najee. She clutches, draws the foul. She'll shoot two. That clutch move might have cost her, at least initially. I think it's instinctive. Josie also takes up piano and singing. Came over to Benilde-St. Margaret's after her big sister graduated from Hopkins, and Maya, she was a terrific athlete. Strong command at the low post with a great shooting touch as well, but has her sights set on becoming a doctor. She's enrolled at the Arizona APME program. Advanced Placement Medical, if I'm correct. Josie missing the front end. And Josie has been a welcome presence since her arrival last year for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Averaging 6.4 points per game. Doesn't score as frequently as some of her more recognizable teammates, but adding another dimension. And that's what the sport's all about. It's not just about how many points you can score. Staloch on the run. Finishes that play off the feet from Borowicz. (29-25). Olson was calling for it. Fridley will try the three. This one long. Olson couldn't get around the box out, established by Borowicz. Lobs it to Finbow. And then Finbow called for the foul on Najee. Both teams with one more to give. 5:18 left in the second half. That's the second on Finbow. That could affect Jordan here, depending on what Kyle Johnson elects to do. Watkins to Fridley. Pass deflected, taken away by Finbow. Staloch. Drew the foul, I believe, on Watkins. That's the last to give. Just the first for Watkins. Finbow will subs out for now. Hagan will step in. That might be a preservation move on the part of Kyle Johnson. Staloch. Near the corner. 10 to shoot. And a walk. Maddie Olinger must have dragged her foot, at least her pivot. Another turnover on the Jaguars in what has been a back and forth affair. Bishop. Here comes a three from the wing. Scramble, scrum for the board. It's won by Bishop. Fresh 20 for the Red Knights. And Fridley makes the most of it with a second chance three. (32-25). Jordan started the game with an 11-4 lead, but Benilde-St. Margaret's holding the upper hand since then. Staloch. Ooh. That was a great move, but she already used up her dribble before making that slide on Olson, and we'll have a timeout. 3:53 left in the first half. 32-25 our score. I didn't know school was still in session. 3:53 to go. We highlighted some of the opponents that loom ahead. Benilde-St. Margaret's went through a gauntlet in December, took the holidays off. Conference-wise, Chaska, maybe one of their tougher opponents. They do get Becker in February, and Becker, after a slow start, picked up a couple of big wins at Granite City, defeating Duluth Marshall and Hancock. So the Bulldogs could slowly start to figure things out here, and if they do, they might be a force in 3A again. Benilde-St. Margaret's will also go to Castle-Manorville on the 13th to take on Stewartville, the team that had a great run in the Class 3A state tournament last year. Reaching the final round, if memory serves, a rematch of that championship that Benilde-St. Margaret's won. Off an extraordinary performance from Sierra Lumpkin. Olivia Olson, certainly a key contributor as well. 32-25. Benilde-St. Margaret's going deeper into their bench. That will stay with Benilde-St. Margaret's. The biggest question mark that remains is Kendall McGee, whether or not she'll return before the season's out. The goal is to at least get her back for AAU. She's part of a Minnesota Stars team that includes Tatum Woodson and Sam Wills. Foul before the take, last to give for Jordan. Looking at the board, by the way, if Olivia Olson does get to 2,000, and it's looking that way, she would be the first player ever in school history to do it. And she's 2 points closer after that mid-air extraordinaire move. Looked like she was going to go up with it right away on the touch shot. Took a moment to collect herself and still flipped it in. But those of you who have seen Olivia Olson play know that is part of her modus operandi. Ten to shoot. Borowicz. Handoff. Hagen kicks out. They got to get rid of it. They won't. Zahara Bishop made sure of that. A stoop perimeter defense and a swat from Bishop. And Benilde-St. Margaret's slowly taking command of this one. Like we said, having Olivia makes a world of difference. She goes by Liv. At least that's what her friends call her. Here's the three. That would have given her 2,000 had it gone in. I've got her at 11. Staloch going coast to coast, and Jordan needed that play. They needed it big time. Staloch with 7. Olson left alone. 2,000 points! Olivia Olson making history at Benilde-St. Margaret's. Play continuing for now. Jordan missing the three. Borowicz gets the O board. They don't care about milestones. They want to get back in this game. Now they'll take a timeout. Olivia Olson misses 2,000. The first woman ever to score 2,000 points for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Two state titles. The all-time leading scorer at Benilde-St. Margaret's for girls basketball. And the first to reach 2,000 points. Olivia Olson patterns her game after a couple of well-respected figures, Maya Moore and LeBron James. Olivia Olson going into the crowd to thank her family. Considered one of the best closers in the state. She wants to be the person that helps the team win and will do whatever it takes. And we've seen her assume that mantra more than once through her rebounding, her scoring. Olivia Olson. Her story just beginning. She is going to Michigan next year, where she'll join Taylor Woodson, another Minnesota standout. Presuming Taylor doesn't transfer, depending on what happens in the transfer portal, but that's another story. So Olivia Olson gets 2,000 out of the way. Presley Watkins gets another 3 points into the Benilde-St. Margaret's column. They lead 40-27. Foul on Wismer. That will send Jordan to the line. So if you're wondering, Benilde-St. Margaret's did take a timeout rather than have the game stop. And the official reminding, I've seen her actually, she was at the Holy Angels Cretin-Durham Hall game, but reminding the rest of the crew, hey, it's 1-1. Here's Borowicz, who gets the front end to fall. Borowicz averaging 17.8. The only person who calls her by her given name is her brother. Everyone else refers to her Savi. Speaking of Savi, Olivia Olson, the walking definition of that word. She's got 16, 2002. 3 on the way, rims out, another rebound for Olson. But the outlet a little short. That gave Maddie Ollinger a chance to pick it off. Olivia says, not a problem, I'll just take the ball back. Finds Wismer, and this time completes the outlet play. Olivia Olson has a motor that never stops running. Borowicz's 3 offline. Offensive rebound, but number 40, Eden Henches, couldn't get full control of it. Benilde-St. Margaret swings it around, now back to Olson. Goes cross-court, Fridley, her 3 is there. That's 3 triples for Sydney Fridley. Shot clock is off. Benilde-St. Margaret's on a killer run to end the first half. They trail by 7 to start. They put up nearly 50 points. Borowicz wants to put up 3. Skirts the front iron. Benilde-St. Margaret's will hold for the last shot as Olson calmly takes it across the timeline. Is it Olson time? It is, with a little help from Presley Watkins. Olivia Olson with a showcase of a first half, employing all of her traits that make her such a special player. And it's 49-28. Jordan, they were up by 7 early. Benilde-St. Margaret's taking the reins since then. We'll find out what happens in the second half, but it's safe to say Olivia Olson is back in a big way. You're watching high school girls basketball. Benilde-St. Margaret's leads Jordan 49-28.
Twin Cities Sports Broadcasting, and a whole lot more. That's what you get from TSB Television. We provide long-lasting digital coverage of your favorite athletes from the preps to the pros. Dazzling moves.
Holloman, good if it goes. Yes!
Game winners.
From James. She's in trouble. Finds James. Toss shot! It goes in!
And everything in between.
Before we let you go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Oh, I don't know. That put me on the spot there.
If you want to connect with our audience, Visit us at patreon.com/TSB Television or sponsor our coverage through PayPal and Cash App. Thank you for watching.
The second half about to start here at the Haven Center. Benilde-St. Margaret's at St. Louis Park. Mike Beaton with you. Part of a wall-to-wall coverage event here at Benilde-St. Margaret's, where the Red Knights lead the Jordan Jaguars 49-28. The first half numbers go something like this. Olivia Olson with 16 points, 2,000 for her career. She accomplished that feat. First woman ever to score 2,000 points at Benilde-St. Margaret's. Sydney Fridley with 11, Presley Watkins with 9, Zahara Bishop with 6. For Jordan, Savi Borowicz has 9, Morgan Staloch has 7, but the big story was the 22-3 run Benilde-St. Margaret's put up at the end of the first half to take a 21-point lead. It was Jordan who led 11-4 early, but Benilde-St. Margaret's got settled in and they've looked quite sharp since. But 18 minutes is a long time, and that is one way to start a comeback bid. Maddie Olinger on the take, draws the foul. We'll have a chance for 3. Olinger averaging 8.8 a game.
Basket is good. At the line, shoot 1. Maddie Olinger.
Olinger, a 3-sport athlete, tennis, basketball, track. She also is involved with the National Honor Society and the show choir. Here's Presley Watkins on the drive. Comes up short. Jordan ball, and one more note about Maddie Olinger that I find fascinating. She is a self-taught guitarist. She might get along with Abe, one of our camera operators. Abe, with a long and lengthy background in music performance. Borowicz pulls up from 15. A little long. Rebound. Still up for grabs. Olson trying to use her length. Takes a dive on the floor. Not assertive, not apprehensive, I should say. Lots of assertiveness. No apprehension. Shot clock, as you know, resets to 20. Jordan sees it this time. Rebound. Another battle. It rolls right over to Olinger. That allows Borowicz to spot up for 3. Fridley says enough of this. Fridley looking to take it herself. Olivia Finbow had the positioning down low. Hagen goes and goes nowhere with that take. Olivia Olson, she's got a lane, and the finish. You give Olivia Olson driving space, that is almost always the outcome. Jordan with a quick strike. Olivia Finbow lays it in. A high-flying second half to start this frame. Fridley to Olson, the turnaround. Drops in for 2 more. Olivia, this is her first full game back, played limited minutes with that injury. Had 6.7 rebounds though, and gritted it out until she got examined by a physician at that Providence game. And for Benilde-St. Margaret's, it's going to be interesting to see how they are seeded. Of course, they have to get through Section 6-3A and Delano, the big surprise there. Who knows what will happen when those two meet. But if Benilde-St. Margaret's does advance to the state tournament, we'll have to see who else gets through. De La Salle should have a good chance to get out of Section 4. Alexandria over in Section 8, you think those two would get through. Bishop left alone down low. Fridley spots her, and Bishop adds 2 more to her column. I could see Benilde-St. Margaret's getting a 3 seed,
but it would be a 3 seed with an asterisk. Baseline J, short, but Borowicz is there for the putback. Bishop accelerates, draws the foul. Bishop was part of the Fury program, moved over to Metro Stars for the upcoming year. Bishop enjoys nature and journaling when she's not playing basketball. And as we observed in the first half, when you look at some of the numbers she put up in the absence of Olson, I think this spell, even though it didn't get a lot of wins from Benilde-St. Margaret's, I think her performance is going to give them a little more confidence. Another source of sturdiness. Olson. She's everywhere, taking dives on the floor, throwing caution to the wind with her body. I guess she's no stranger to making dives and lunges. She was the goalkeeper at Benilde-St. Margaret's for girls soccer. So she's used to floor burns, turf burns, a little give and go. 8 to shoot, and Olson throws it away. The shot clock did not reset. The first week or so of the year, it took some getting used to. It's become less common as more operators get familiar with the timing and the procedures. Staloch sees a lane, but is too strong. She had a lot of space along the right side. We've said this before, you want to make those bunnies. Those short-range, point-blank looks. Naji had that pass broken up, but Bishop does recover. Cross-court skip to Watkins for 3. Off the front of the rim. Wismer secured it, but we have a tie-up. Jordan with the arrow.
Position 2, Jaguars.
Jaguars looking for a way back in this. Again, they're in 5-2A. They've looked quite strong throughout the season. Didn't like how they played as Staloch looked for the step through and now is called for the foul. Thought they maybe left something on the table in their last game. More specifically the last week of the season, particularly with New Ulm. New Ulm a 3A school, and Benilde-St. Margaret's a 3A school, so even if Jordan does take an L tonight, it won't affect them in their section. Naji not quite in control down low. Staloch. The handoff, more like a side pass, and the ball goes over the backboard. Handoff, side pass. Same difference, maybe? 12:54 left in the second half. Benilde-St. Margaret's. They last played 2 weeks ago in the loss to De La Salle. Again, though, no Olivia Olson. If those two meet again, and they very well could, maybe a different story. Bishop pulls up. That shot partially altered. Jordan getting some defensive stops on their side. Let's see if they can turn it into scoring potential here. Staloch drew the foul. Staloch has yet to score in the second half. But she is no shortage of tricks as she demonstrates on the pull-up there off the inbound. Staloch, she's going to keep plugging and plugging. As we see the 2000 sign, and now a foul is called on Jordan. That is on number 12, Lydia Hagen. I've noticed they've been monitoring Olson's minutes to a degree. Tim Ellefson did say Olivia might have been a little too excited to get back out there. Yesterday was her first full day of practice. Did some workouts over the holiday break. Again, Benilde-St. Margaret's took the holidays off. Ridley for three. Knocking down threes and taking names. That's what Sydney Fridley's doing. She's got 4 triples, 14 points. Borowicz, another missed drive for the Jaguars. They've had a few too many of those, at least based on my observations. And that's something you've got to convert, you've got to be efficient with against teams like Providence, who they may see later. Sydney Fridley takes the touch pass in for 2. Fridley with 16. Borowicz had the drive broken up from behind. Benilde-St. Margaret takes over. Fridley averaging 13.9. She was another big presence for Benilde-St. Margaret's in Olson's absence. Last year it was Olson McGee and Sierra Lumpkin. And knowing that McGee wouldn't necessarily be available, foul on Staloch. I think the biggest storyline was who the other sources of scoring, who would step up until McGee was healthy enough. I think we've gotten our answer with the likes of Bishop, Fridley, a 9th grader, got some varsity minutes last year. Olson slings it. Another 3, this one short. Does Jordan have a surge within them? That's not going to help. The high-low pass intercepted by Watkins. She finds a streaking Wismer for 2. And Benilde-St. Margaret's running away with this one. Step through for Borowicz. Off the heel, foul on Benilde-St. Margaret's. It's surreal to think that had it not been for the hand injury that Olivia Olson suffered in the first game of the year, she likely would have reached 2,000 points against Providence Academy, and if she didn't do so, definitely would have reached that mark against Del Murray. But crazy to think how Olivia Olson could have achieved a milestone against one of the top teams in the state. Borowicz gets the elbow J to fall. Borowicz with 13. Olson steps into the 3. Rebound, Ollinger. Staloch looking to get some shooting space of her own. Now wedges herself in for 2. We had Morgan on, or I should say I did, for NSPN at the Tip-Off Classic at our interview station, and she was joking about how there's not a whole lot to do in Jordan outside of the candy store, which is a great attraction. If you have a chance to visit, go check it out. All sorts of candies and other fun food and drink selections. But Staloch, I feel somebody we're going to hear a lot about over the next several years. Three-sport athlete, high jump and triple jump.
Jaguars now full timeout.
As Jordan calls timeout, those are the disciplines she takes up in track. Kyle Johnson says she can score at every level, tough defensively, and remember this Jordan team upset in the section semis last year. 124 games, and there's a chance if they don't make a run, they could give Providence something to think about in sections. Of course, Providence Academy, even though they lost to Albany earlier in the season, I think still a heavy favorite to get out of Section 5-2A. If you're watching this on the TSB Television YouTube channel, our next broadcast, I won't be here for myself because of another commitment I have to take care of, but we're going to go to Minneapolis North on Saturday for Alumni Day as the Polders take on the Park Center Pirates. Should be a lot of fun. We'll see about the broadcasting situation. We'll get somebody, whether it's Sam or another notable name. Olson from the corner. Can't bury that three. Jordan. Again, right there, just seems like they need a few more shots to go in. Borowicz, another step through. Brings that home. That is what Jordan has been looking for. Is there enough time? That's the question. 63-43, Red Knights up by 20. Olson at the corner, guarded heavily. Remember, the 5 count still applies for held balls. Right idea for Olson, tried to bounce it off a Jordan player. Unfortunately, it went off her last. Bishop a little too close with Borowicz, and both teams approaching the penalty. That's the last foul to give for Benilde-St. Margaret's. Jordan has one more. Bishop tagged with a third personal foul. Staloch on the take. Puts it through. Jordan, they've scored the last 6. Bishop, under duress, finds an escape route. Bella Yakub's 3, offline. Rebound, tip back to her, but she can't hang on to it. That was Cook with the pick. Staloch, this will be a big 3, but it's off the heel. Rebound, won by Finbow. She's had a quiet game, relatively speaking. Williams, bounce pass nearly went awry. 10 to shoot. Borowicz, here's the countdown now. Pure. You don't see too many step-back threes with a defender nearby. But it's now a 9-0 run for Jordan. Bishop looking to put an end to that with a 3. It's long. And a foul on Bishop. That's her 4th. And Jordan in the bonus. So they have a chance to score a couple of points here with the clock stopped. Remember, Jordan, the number 4 team in Class 2A. And it's taking a moment. Again, officials having a moment to refresh the situation. It happens. Important thing is you get it right, even if it takes an extra moment. Fimbo at the line. She has 5 points. Jordan 6 of 8 so far. Fimbo, one of the big 3 for the Jaguars, a school that has produced some memorable athletes over the years. Brittany Chambers and Leah Diedel, if you go back to the 2000s, they were quite the tandem. Chambers played D1 at Kansas State, won a state title in volleyball, and scored 47 points in a state tournament game. Jordan, this iteration, has scored the last 11, and the margin is 13. Certainly more manageable, and Benilde-St. Margaret's coughs it up again. And now things are getting interesting. Benilde-St. Margaret's up by 24. Ari over here, and I think everyone else was saying they thought this would be closer. Jordan, they get a bucket here. I think Benilde-St. Margaret's might take a timeout. Williams tried to score going across, but those are tough shots to make. Olson had the ball popped from her grip. It's recovered by Wismer. Here's a 3 from Watkins. That could help settle things down for the Red Knights. Williams under duress again. Watkins picking up her 4th, so she and Bishop both have 4 fouls. And this is a slightly precarious position that Benilde-St. Margaret's has put themselves in. Williams had not scored until that moment. Doesn't score a ton, 3.2 a game, but more importantly, this gives the Jaguars a chance to put up points with the clock stopped. And 6:45, still plenty of time, but the free throws providing an out for the Jaguars here. They're 10 of 12. They trailed by as much as 24. The margin certainly more manageable, but they're going to need another run or two, and Olivia Olson a little too shifty for the Jaguars there. Watkins had that big 3. Olivia Olson with a chance for a 3-point play. Most of you know, if you followed our coverage before, Olson makes a little cash on the side with her own lawn care business. It's a business that takes something of a hiatus during the winter. But she completes the 3-point play. And that's what Benilde-St. Margaret's needs. They just want to close this out, not give Jordan that lifeline that they were risking. Olson gets the steal and is fouled from behind. That's going to be on Staloch. The last one was the 4th on Hagen. So Olson will shoot 1 and 1. One of her favorite moments was a couple of years ago against Orono in the section finals, where she went for a drive, 2 players converged in her position, and she kicked the ball to her teammate for the game winner. And we've seen Olson execute that move many times over the years. I remember seeing her for the first time in AAU with Minnesota Fury, and she had some great teammates, including Katie Pasica, and the first thing I thought to myself was, holy cow, she's that good. She and Liv McGill, I suspect, are the front runners as Benilde-St. Margaret's takes a timeout. 6:06 left in the second half, 71-52 the score. She and Liv McGill, as I was going to say, I suspect are the front runners for Miss Basketball. .25 for Olivia Olson. Fridley has 16. Watkins with 12. But Olivia Olson making a huge splash. And even though the back half of the schedule for Benilde-St. Margaret's isn't quite as stout as the front half, if you look at strength of schedule, Chaska doing all right. Metro West, I'm not sure who could hang with Benilde-St. Margaret's right now. All that experience that Zahara and Sydney and Presley got, having to man the helm without Olson, could prepare them in ways we don't expect. Their record may not reflect it when we get to sections and state, but if Benilde-St. Margaret's gets out of 6, with or without Kendall McGee, again, Kendall's here, just not playing, they will be a team to watch. That's a walk on Najee, so no basket there. More free throws coming for Jordan. Just the second on Najee. As we are inching our way to the finish, Bishop will go back in place of Watkins. Bishop has 4 fouls, but I think Benilde-St. Margaret's picked up some key separation here. I'll say this about Jordan, their free throw shooting's on point, and that could go a long way, especially once they get to sections and what could be a showdown with Providence Academy. We've seen how tough and how athletic Providence is. Jordan, they've got plenty of that themselves. Free throws coming for Bishop. She's been a little spottier at the line. The foul's on Finbow. Both teams in the bonus. That's the third on Finbow. Bishop with 9 points. Had a big game against Cooper the last time we were here. And once again, racked up 31 in the win over Hill Murray. And I think that illustrated how competitive Benilde-St. Margaret's still is. Hill Murray still getting their new pieces together. Borowicz doubled up top. Olson and Kapsner involved in the coverage. And it leads to a turnover. Benilde-St. Margaret's, though, had a little trouble of their own. This will be a good barometer for Jordan, though, because this is what they'll likely face if they do have that collision course with Providence in 5-2-8 that I think most of us are expecting. Borowicz steps into a 3. Can't get that one to fall in. Josie Najee making sure that rebound was snagged. Olivia Olson didn't quite catch that outlet as cleanly as I think she would have wanted. A mild slight damper in what has been a brilliant comeback game. Maddie Olinger hits the 3, 72-57, but with less than 5 to play, it's going to take a lot for Jordan to make a run. Josie Najee sinks the baseline J off the feed from Bishop. Staloch inside to Finbow, the turnaround offline. Bishop accruing another board. wanted to go back to Olson, and Olivia will be tagged for the foul, so Staloch to the line for 2. And Finbo had a quiet game. Staloch and Borowicz did well, and what we saw tonight is how you handle a team that has multiple options or something of a hydra. That's what I would think of Jordan when that 3-headed triumvirate of theirs. If you have 2 marquee players, take one of them out, you've got a good chance of winning. If you have 3, it's a little harder, but if you can contain one of them, it gives you a favorable position. Staloch adds 2 more. And Jordan will take a timeout, 4:21 left. Staloch with 15, Jordan 14 of 16 from the free throw line. Again, our next broadcast will be Minneapolis North and Park Center. I will not be covering that one myself because I'm on another assignment, but we will have full coverage of that game, and you can see it on the TSB Television YouTube channel. And tonight, hopefully the first of many moments that Olivia Olson will add to her memory bank. Again, we'll never know at least how December would have played out had she not suffered the hand injury, but basketball is all about adversity. Tim Ellison mentioned it's not just the scoring, it's the rebounding. Olivia does so much for this team, and we've seen that over the years. Last year, in some of the big games that we covered. Eden Prairie, Holy Angels, and Becker. That's where Olson stepped up. We gravitate toward the points because in some cases that's all we can access on the hub. But it's all the other factors and intangibles. Olson step through, another 2 to a gouty figure. And by figure, I mean her point total. .27 to be precise. Staloch not there, but Finbo follows through. And Jordan, they're not going to bow out of this one. Like we said, this is the toughest team they have faced this season. As Olson, there's an example of that kick-out move that she has mastered, and Kate Kapsner delivers with the 3-pointer. Borowicz looking to get one back. She'll bank it in. That puts her up to 23. And Borowicz, the junior, had 31 points in a game earlier this season. I suspect she and Staloch have a lot more to come. Bishop's 3, long. Rebound. Won by Benilde-St. Margaret's. Olson cut off. Bishop will try again. That goes off the back iron. Sprinting to the ball is Kapsner. Olson can't get the bounce, and she's still getting after it. Benilde-St. Margaret's at the arrow. What more can you say about Olivia? Well, I think I can say I might pay another visit before the season is through. Anytime you get a chance to see Olivia Olson perform her magic, it's worth checking out. 8 to shoot. Red Knights will work the clock here. Kick ball. That will reset it to 20, yes. Not intentional by Finbo, but a break for Benilde-St. Margaret's. They get themselves a little more time. Maybe that's a strategy that teams will try to execute late in the shot clock if they don't see an opening. Olson for 3, bullseye. And Olivia Olson, in her first full game back, crosses the 30-point mark. She did that her fair share of times as a junior, and she might add a few more 30-point games as a senior. Tries to poke the ball away from Staloch. Jordan tried to eke their way into the mix, but Olivia Olson just a little too much. 30 points. And Jordan will send out the bench now to wrap this one up. Game out of reach. And Benilde-St. Margaret's will do the same. So Savi, Borowicz will finish with 23. Staloch 15. Those two playing well, but Olson, the queen of this one, the queen of this court, with 30 points. She won't get to 3,000 points. There aren't enough games left in her varsity career, but she will add to her total as the all-time leading scorer at Benilde-St. Margaret's for girls basketball. We'll try to get some of these names in as best we can. That's Henches, who gets the post-up move, in for two. And for Benilde-St. Margaret, several of the players have already seen floor time. But Henches gets on the board. And won't get the three-point play there. Jordan still with a healthy number at the line, at least as far as the starters are concerned. That's Bella Stevenson-Shimmick. Yakub already got some playing time earlier. That's Sailor Fridley. Stevenson-Shimmick. Try saying that 5 times fast. But she got that rebound, or I should say that takeaway, in a hurry. And you want to see that out of your reserves because you never know when their time will come, whether it's later this year or in future seasons. That three offline, that's number 2, Zeta Jenkins. For Jordan, that's 31, Jordan Staloch, the 7th grader. I spoke with Bruce Borowicz, and he said, keep an eye out for Jordan. She might get some time, some significant time by the end of this season, and certainly next year. Another young gun. And Harper Stevenson-Shimmick is coming in for Benilde-St. Margaret. She wears number 0. Other players on the floor that we haven't mentioned already. I think we actually have covered them all. Almost all of them. Sarah Young's out there, number 13. So Benilde-St. Margaret's gets the anchor steadying win as they start Metro West Conference play. They have a couple more non-conference games on the schedule. I almost forgot, they've got a big game against St. Michael Abbeville at the Community Clash. That could be a huge barometer on their prospects. With the healthy Olivia Olson, they've got a chance. Jordan Staloch scoring for Jordan. Harper Stevenson's 3, partially blocked. Staloch looking to go baseline. She's cut off, jump ball. Jordan with the arrow.
Jump ball possession to the Jaguars.
Jordan Staloch has a few points, but many more are in her future. And 2 more are there for Eden Henches. But the night belongs to Benilde-St. Margaret's. They'll run out the clock and start the 2024 calendar year with an 82-70 win over Jordan. Olivia Olson in her first full game back, 30 points, 2,000 for her career, and a reminder of why they were on the list of frontrunners for the 3A state championship. So Benilde-St. Margaret's 1 away from the 500 mark. Jordan, they go to 9-2, but I think they'll get a lot of takeaways that will prove useful to them later on this season. We'll try to get a word with Olivia before we wrap it up. This is high school girls basketball. Benilde-St. Margaret's with an 82-70 win over Jordan.
I'm joined by tonight's queen of the court, Olivia Olson. Queen, a fitting title when you get 30 points and 2,000 for your career, Olivia. Your coach was telling me that maybe you were a little too excited to get back out on the floor, but after waiting about 5 weeks or so while your hand was recovering, what did it mean to get back out there, and what does it mean for you to play your first full game and get a milestone along the way?
I was just excited to play. To me, it's been so long. It might not seem like it, but I was sitting at practice all the time, just trying to stay engaged with everyone and all the plays and stuff. And so, I love playing, so it was so fun. And the milestone, it's so cool. But I was just excited to play with my team.
Not only was it a big milestone for you, I believe, if the records are right, you are the first woman to reach 2,000 points in Benilde-St. Margaret's girls basketball. You said you like to pattern your game after Maya Moore and LeBron James. For anyone out there that maybe will try to pattern their game after you, what tips would you offer? What feedback would you have based on what you've achieved? Because it's not just the scoring, it's all the other things you do, but 2,000 points, I think, emblematic of how much you have made an impact in this sport.
I would say don't pay attention to the outside noise, and just kind of do what you do good, and just have fun playing, and whatever opportunities come, take them with joy, and be a good teammate, and
So when it comes to outside noise, I take it when you watch these broadcasts on playback, you just hit mute, right? So you don't have to listen to my voice?
No, I listen. I like them.
I tease, of course, but that is good advice. It's not about what everyone else says. Just play your game, and good things will follow. What did you learn during that time off? Because I know Zahara played quite well. Sydney had a great stretch of games. Presley. It's not just you that makes this team go, but we saw tonight how much of a difference you make. What do you think you and everyone else learned that could be applicable as the season continues?
I think we all learned that people have different roles on the team, and it can still function. Different people on our team step up at different times, and like we saw last year, Sid and Sierra stepped up in the state tournament when I wasn't playing as well. So for me to not be playing and just being able to be on the bench helping do the best I can with coaching, or helping try and coach the team, and just I've seen the game from a different perspective, and it makes me like to play so much more.
So are we going to see head coach in your future down the road?
I think so. After I'm playing, I want to be like a college assistant or maybe a head coach. So, yeah.
I actually have an old coaching buddy of mine who just got her first college job. So if you're interested, I might have some sources that I can connect you to.
Perfect. That'd be
I think more than a few would be happy to take you under their wing. Of course, there was a game tonight. This is any other game. I know your first game back. And you had a slow start, but a 22-3 run at the end of the first half really set the tone in favor of Benilde-St. Margaret's. How did you settle down, and what kind of vibes and momentum were you feeling after that 22-3 run?
We were feeling good. I think we just had to get back in our flow of things. People weren't really used to me being out there since obviously the first game. And so just kind of seeing where each other will be on the passes and shots and getting open spacing wise. And so I think once we did, we went really well and got in the flow, and that, you can off the run, that just, helped.
What about you? Were you used to feeling used to playing with? I think you get what I'm saying, right? Your teammates weren't used to you. Were you used to you?
Probably not. I had to play with the brace, so I was just kind of getting used to dribbling with everything. And but once I got in the flow, found some people for assists, I think it just all came back.
And you bring up a point I wanted to touch on as well. It's not just your scoring. We were saying it's all the other elements, rebounds, assists. I saw you dive on the floor a couple of times. You probably picked that up from all your soccer goalkeeping. You are one of the most versatile players I've seen that can do a little bit of everything. What do you attribute to that, and how do you think that elevates your game, where if you try to key in on one facet, you find other ways to step up?
I just kind of see, my parents have always taught me, and coaches, if my scoring's not going, then I'm going to focus on something else and be great at one thing that game. And so being able to be versatile, I think that's why I like to look up to LeBron and Maya Moore, is because they do everything. If Braun's not scoring, you can see his no-look passes. And so that's just kind of what I like to do too.
Maya was no different during her time as a player. And what are you looking forward to now with your first game out of the way, first full game, and hopefully many more to come?
I'm just excited to get back with the team and finish the season and hopefully make another state tournament run.
Well, we'll find out in March if that happens or not, but it was a joy to see you accomplish a historic achievement, one of many in your career. Before we go, do you want to say hi to anybody?
Hi, Mom.
Well, hi, Mom, and everyone else who have supported Olivia Olson over the years. Again, congrats. I hope you enjoyed this moment, and I hope you don't have any more hiccups, because I think things are a lot better when we see you playing out there, especially with a broken hand. You can't do that lawn care business either, right?
No, it was a little rough for a while.
So try to keep the hands intact, but thanks again, Olivia. Best of luck as your season moves along, and I can't think of a better way to say I'm back.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
Olivia Olson of Benilde-St. Margaret, and that wraps up her coverage from the Haben Center. For the rest of our crew, I'm Mike Beaton. Thank you for watching.